Welcome to BYU's Daily News. I'm Erica Bailey.
And I'm Garrett Tenney. Our top story today.
The Snake Valley water war between Utah and Nevada could be more than just about the water. It might be an issue of public health.
Daily News reporter Amy West joins us for the second part of her three-part series on the Snake Valley Aquifer. Now, Amy, what does this dust hundreds of miles away have to do with us here on the Wasatch Front?
Great question, Garrett. If the soil dries out there, some experts say that dust storms will pick it up and carry it eastward. And it's harmful substances in the soil that has Utah health officials angered about the Snake Valley Aquifer pumping plan. In a letter to Governor Herbert, the Utah Medical Association listed mercury, radioactive particles, asbestos-like aeronites, and fungus spores that cause valley fever as just some of the toxins that could blow over to the Wasatch Front as the aquifer drains and vegetation in and around Snake Valley dies.
We think this is a looming public health catastrophe. The issue for public health is not, do we divide the water fairly? But are we going to leave the water there or not? Because if we don't leave the water there, then the native vegetation will die, and the consequences that we've just elaborated on are almost surely going to happen.
J.C. Davis from the Southern Nevada Water Authority questions these experts, saying that if these toxins are in the western desert, why aren't we seeing the effects already?
If there are dust storms already, then you should be seeing adverse medical impacts on the people who live there right now. All of these things that letter claims are going to happen should be happening right now up in Snake Valley. And I'm not hearing that that's the case.
He also says the claim that plants that hold the soil will die if the SNWA draws water from Snake Valley just isn't true, and that science supports him saying that once one kind of plant dies, it's simply replaced by another.
That are being made about all of these things that are going to happen to their environment just don't have any basis in fact.
Dr. Minch disagrees and says one example of what could happen in Utah is Owens Valley's dried lake bed in California. Los Angeles drained that ecosystem to fill its water needs, and now it's the single largest source of particulate matter air pollution in the United States.
So we see historical parallels that give us an idea of what is likely to happen. And for us to ignore that is stunning.
The proposed agreement does provide for air quality and biological monitoring in Utah, but Dr. Minch says that's not enough. He says by the time we see the effects in Utah, it'll be too late. In part 3 of my series, more on the Aquifer Agreement and what Utah officials say they're doing to protect the West Desert. Tomorrow on BYU Daily News.